All right, what is going on? Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Not Another Mountain Bike Podcast. If you didn't know, my name is Adam. I'm the MTB Rad Dad, joined by Luis, who is the MTB Desert Rat, and our guest today is Mark Hill, the Segment.
Yo, 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 what's happening?
How's it going, Mark?
Good. What's happening, Luis? We need to change that. You changed that name from Desert Rat to Ocean Rat now.
Yeah, I know. I didn't really think that one through initially, I guess.
Yeah, you recently moved to Oceanside, right? Not to blow up your spot, but...
No, I did, yeah, recently. I've been here for about probably 4 or 5 months now.
What?
Yeah, work's been crazy. Yeah, since April.
You mean weeks, bruh? Weeks.
Really?
Well, not like living. You haven't been living there.
Yeah, that is true. That is true. Yeah, we just got our place. We're settling in, so it's just been so busy with moving in and all that stuff, so it makes it a little crazy.
Yeah, but you got a lot of trails to explore over there now.
Yeah, that's true. You're not wrong there.
Yeah, you got the nice coastal weather. Jeez Louise, man.
I went for a nice road ride earlier today. I sent Adam some hate film there earlier. He was talking smack.
Adam, what's the temp for you today out there in the Coachella Valley?
Honestly, it wasn't bad. It was only 101.
Okay. That's not bad. That's not
and
bad.
And our low is like 70s, which is very weird. But we go fast forward a couple days and we'll be back to 110s and up and then lows of like 89.
Dang. It's teasing us for like the fall. It's a fall teaser.
Yeah. Super close. I can't wait.
It's going to be great. Oh, look at that. Joey Yates is in the house. Uncaged MTV.
What is going on, Joey?
He says, Luis, he's going to have to show you the local trails. So Joey's close to you. Joey's in the North County as well. Yeah. North County,
okay.
San Diego.
Yeah, that works.
Right?
Nice.
Yeah, you're close to a lot of us, and I'm not too far away from you either. From Murrieta to Oceanside, just on the other side of the 76.
Yeah, it's really not too far. It's I just hop on the highway and just drive like 25, 30 minutes and I'm there.
Yep.
So it kind of works out.
We'll have to get Adam. We'll have to push our ride starts a little bit later so Adam can make it over the hill.
Honestly, I'm good with starting early. As long if I have somewhere to be and I have people to meet, I can get up. But when I have no one to like meet, the bed's too comfortable.
Yeah. How many times have you stood me up out there?
Uh-oh. Let me go backstage,
never.
fellas. Have there been times, Luis, where you're sitting out there at the trailhead and time's a clicking and you're just waiting and the sun's coming up?
Well, yeah. Out here, shed a tear. just hanging on.
I'm watching Adam's face. He's like, go ahead, tell him.
Oh man. Yeah, but I haven't ridden too many trails in San Diego yet. I've been going to San Clemente for the past few weekends, and that's been pretty good little area up there.
Yeah, that's a fun spot. Adam, have you been out there, Adam?
I have not. I need to though. I definitely plan on it.
That's a fun place. Lots of fun stuff to uncover out there. And then Joey knows a lot of spots there right by you. I think Joey's Calaveras over there, right there by you, Calaveras. And I know you're not too far from Ted Williams.
It is, yeah. I'm right by Calavera, yeah.
That's pretty sweet.
I've ridden in that area.
How do you say that again?
Calavera.
Dang.
I had to throw it out there.
All your girl viewers just jumped up there, Mr. Rad Dad. Oh man. Well, thank you guys for having me on, man. This is awesome. I love the concept. I love the name. Not Another podcast. And I know this is something that you guys have been thinking of doing for a long time. So yeah. I feel very, very special to be one of your first guests on the show.
For sure.
Yeah, we're definitely happy to have you.
This is awesome.
It's been a while since we talked too. So I think the last time we talked was in Sky Park.
Sky Park. Yep.
Yeah.
Sky Park sending it through the jumps. We were in like MTB vocabulary, like you.
Yeah, pretty much. Oh man,
That was
funny.
a good day.
Yeah, that was a busy day.
Yeah, it was. It was a
I
very
felt-
busy day.
I felt like Mark was like the mayor of mountain biking. He was just walking around, shaking babies, kissing hands, doing his thing.
Oh man, it's fun just to be in the community and to see everybody, and you're putting out content, and you don't realize that you put out content because it's fun and you hope people see it, but it feels so good when someone notices you and goes, "Hey, what's happening?" That always feels great, and I love with Adam over here, MTB Rad Dad. Whenever I'm introducing him to somebody, they're always looking at him, and then I go, "This is MTB Rad Dad." And they're like, "Oh yeah, I've seen your stuff. Sick, it's the Rad Dad."
That's so weird. It's still weird, but it's cool. I definitely think it's awesome. But man, it's just such a weird feeling.
Yeah, he gets all giddy. He's like, oh, does a little chuckle.
Hey, hold on a minute. Who was recognized while we were riding first?
I guess that was me. Yeah,
yes,
that was me.
Nice. Tell me, how did this come about? Were you standing there? Were you climbing?
Yeah, we were. So down there in the valley, you basically climb up this 5-mile climb up Dunn Road. We get to the top. We're all exhausted, just hanging out. And there's this guy that we call him Frenchie, and we've ridden with him a couple of times already ever since then. But that was the first time we actually talked. And he's like, "Hey, you look familiar." I'm like, "Yeah," and he's like, "Oh, I've seen your YouTube channel," and I was like, "Score!" I was like, "One for the win,
Mister." I have I think at that time, maybe 80 subscribers.
Yeah,
Dang, bro, that's great, man.
That was fun. Yeah, that was pretty funny.
That's a good feeling. That
was a good day. I was just like, "Oh, let's ride,"
Yeah. Yep. That was a good day. I'm trying to think. Was that the Trail Dogs group ride, or was that because we had gone a couple of times, Adam, you and I? We did the Trail Dogs group ride, and then we did the Bike Fest.
It was the Trail Dogs group ride.
Oh yeah, that was the one.
That was a fun day.
That was a great day, dude. Those guys did it right, man. I feel like they bought out the whole mountain with all of us out there.
Right?
Oh man.
Oh, look at there's Crisco Bike.
Crisco Bike joining us.
He's from
Octodad's out there.
He's in the Yukon.
What's going on, Marty? Joey
What's up,
Richards?
Marty? Yeah. Marty was just on the last one. Thank you for hanging out some more. Love this guy. Love him.
Right?
So good. So what's the story? Adam, did you ride with MTB Octodad first?
No.
Or
No, it's just I was trying to think about that earlier today, and I think it just I don't know if he found my channel and then we started connecting and just talking back and forth a lot. And then every so often he'd video call me on Instagram. And we'd sit and chat for a little bit.
Dude, that's rad. I love it. Just right? And then the fact that he's calling in from New Zealand, I love how the mountain bike community just can expand through these types of things.
Right?
Your network of friends. It's huge. I see Octodad has a question here for you, Red. That says, trying to decide on a bike for my 11-year-old son, a Giant Rain or a Kona Process. Ooh.
Man, those are some bikes.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Anything you can get is the answer, I think.
I think, yeah. Right now, it's still hard. One of my coworkers, actually, he used to ride with me. He moved up here to Oceanside also. And he's been like, man, I want to get back into mountain biking. He got a road bike, but he's like, man, I want to get back into mountain biking. He ordered one, and it still hasn't shipped. And he's just been like, every day, he's like, the bike hasn't shipped, man.
Man. From how long ago? How long did he order it?
I think 2 weeks ago.
Oh, dang.
So he's just been waiting. He's just he's waiting for the day, to refreshes. I'm sure he's got that page on his browser. He's just refreshing. It'll do it.
Refresh, click, refresh.
Yep.
It's funny. It's not just the bike industry that's going through this. The camera industry as well. I had someone hit me up at work. They're like, hey, can you order this for a customer? I'm like, yeah. Then I look, I'm like, we already have an order for this guy. I ordered it for him back in February. Hasn't shipped. I hit up Nikon. They're like, no idea. Hopefully a couple months.
When we get it, you get it, bud.
And then like I checked like B&H, which is, you know, everyone goes to B&H for the most part. Like I do a lot of like just to check stuff on there as well. And they have availability on there, and their availability for that camera body is 4 to 6 months.
Wow. Why is that? Is it because it's related to outdoors and everything outdoors is crazy, or are there parts or chips that are unavailable? What's happening?
Well, when everyone got locked down, everyone needed a new hobby. So a lot of people picked up photography. I mean, we had a lot of orders come in when that happened.
Especially here in the States. I mean, that's the only thing we were allowed to do is just go outside and do stuff.
Right?
Yeah, right.
It was like the 80s all over again, you know?
Yeah.
Where it was out skimming knees and getting sunshine.
Right. Felt like I was a skateboard kid back, you know, again, not knowing if I should be on this trail. Should I be out there on the bike? Am I going to get kicked out? Like, is the helicopter going to tell me to go home? What's happening here?
Oh, man. That's funny.
Wait, Crisco Bike says he's in Yukon, Russia?
Nah, he's just joking around.
Oh, it's probably not even a Yukon, Russia. You got me.
He's a joker. From a military engineer, Ace asks a question here. Perspective, what is something that needs to get fixed on bikes? Ooh. So I'm a big car tinker. So I have a few ideas, stuff I'm going to throw on my channel. It has to do with more building of things. So I'm actually pretty excited for that. This is actually a pretty good question because I haven't really thought much of it. The amount of engineering that goes into these bikes right now is crazy.
Oh, yeah.
You know, the geometry, and then, you know, you can't just throw parts and hope it all works together. So I don't know. I don't know if anything really needs to be fixed. It could just be tweaked just to make bikes faster, you know. That's because it's pretty crazy, especially riding when I got the Intense, man, the first time I took that thing downhill, it wanted to go faster than I could handle.
Yeah, I did. I remember that.
And I was like, wow, I had to stop, and I was like shaking. I was like, oh, let's do it again.
You're like, is this how a real bike feels?
There's something that I don't think needs to be fixed per se, but maybe something additive to the bike. It would be cool if bikes came with like a little RFID or some kind of like a chip that told people where you were. If you crash and you're out and the bike's there and you're laying there, you know, like they have it for the POC helmets, that like identification thing. I wonder if it'd be easy, wouldn't it, to put one on a bike?
Well, so they have it for, like the Garmin incident detection, where if I crash with my Garmin on the head unit, it'll send out an alert to people I put as contacts if I don't respond within like 30 seconds.
Okay.
And I use the Strava Live Track and the Garmin Connect tracking, and whoever has that information will know where I'm at. And the Specialized, I think, or Bontrager came out with a helmet that had the same kind of technology in it. So once it detected like an impact to the head and it figured, hey, you're not moving, it knew to send out help.
Right.
I mean, it's funny you say that, because I remember when you went off the cliff on PC, that alarm didn't go off on your bike. And I even said that. I was like, you know what? What is the point?
Did the bike kind of ghost ride? Maybe it thought like, oh, damn, Adam's getting after it right now.
Yeah, he's like, man, Adam's over here doing 180s. What's going on?
I remember tumbling, looking up, and just seeing my bike go, doo-doo, doo-doo, doo-doo. And I'm like, oh, my bike.
Adam's in Rampage right now. He's in a Rampage contest.
Oh, man.
Oh, it's so funny. NKMTB, Mr. Joey says Strava Beacon. That's also a good one. Yeah. But I'm wondering, too, for like theft and things like that. What if there was something where you bought a bike and you can register it, right? Yeah, exactly.
Oh, yeah. A lot of people have been doing the AirTags thing.
That would be cool if they came that way.
Well, I mean, it's not hard. Who is it? Somebody was doing a 3D print to go into the water bottle cage, and you could just stick the air tag in there, and that's it.
See?
Yeah, I have one that goes underneath the water bottle cage, but I haven't put it on yet. I had all good intentions to do it, and I just haven't done it still. So
that way, if your bike ends up going for a ride on its own,
yeah,
you'd be
right.
like, "Hey, dude, you got my bike, man. Can I have it back?"
It's funny. I just remembered the Garmin head unit. They actually have an alarm on there. You can set an alarm, and if the bike starts moving after you set the alarm, it'll set an alarm off on the head unit and on your phone.
What?
Yeah,
That's
but you have to
cool.
be within a certain distance.
So, like, if you go, like for the after rides, you go with your buddies, you grab something to eat, and the bike's in the parking lot, and hopefully it's tethered down or what have you. But that would be kind of nice. Otherwise, everyone knows, we're like constantly trying to get the best spot in the restaurant, looking out the window, facing the bike, facing the car. You can hard to have a conversation sometimes.
You go to restaurants?
Yeah,
I've got kids. I don't go to restaurants anymore. Not just because of COVID, but just because of kids.
Only for the after rides. Don't trust me. I've got the kids too. If I go to a restaurant, I'm buying a lot of people their food. It gets a little crazy.
What's happening, Craig? Welcome to the party.
Yeah, boy. MTB raging. Man. Nice.
Well, I got a question for you, Mark. Or
sure.
Go ahead, Luis.
Oh, no, you're good. You're good.
All right.
Send it.
I'll say. So, Mark, I'm curious. What goals do you have for your channel?
Man, that's a great question. I'm still developing what the goals are. I mean, the main core goal is to bring positivity and motivation through the sport of mountain biking. That's been the goal since the beginning. But if we're talking about how I want the channel to grow and what the future plans are for the channel, it's still like I have these dreams, of how cool would it be to have like a podcast studio somewhere where we can go mountain biking together and then come back to a full-fledged studio and sit down and have a podcast. That would be amazing. Obviously continue to grow the YouTube channel and things like that, but and continue to get motivational guests on, people that are moving from the ordinary over to the extraordinary, and continue to bring content that motivates and impacts people. That's the goal. But how I want it to grow and what I want it to look like, it keeps changing in my mind. For those of you who follow Joe, who who I'm talking about, Mr. Joe there, he just bought this studio shed. What do you call it? It's the studio shack. Yeah.
Well, he was going to do the unsubscribatorium, but now it's the Cali Radio Shack.
The Cali Radio Shack.
So Joe just like opened my mind to this thought, like, dang, that's something I want to work for towards the channel, to have like a podcast studio, to have a place to edit, to have a place to hang out, bring guests on, place to edit, and obviously hoping that there's enough viewers and paid advertisement, all that stuff, to allow those types of things to happen. So my goals keep changing. The core goal, I shouldn't say my goals keep changing. My core goal of impacting people and showing people motivation and positivity through the sport of mountain biking, that's going to stay the same. But how this whole ship continues to sail, it changes when I see new things. Like when Joe got the unsubscribatorium or the Colorado Radio Shack, that just opened up my mind. Like, damn, what if I got a commercial spot over by Greer and was able to put up a studio there, and then guests and I can go ride and then come back and have the podcast. We could talk about the ride and all that stuff. That would be something that I really look forward to getting after.
Honestly, the podcast setup can be mobile. You don't have to be tethered into a spot to do it. Like what I'm recording off of right now, I mean, it runs on batteries and you can plug in all the mics you want. It's got all the mixing board. It's very similar to what Joe has, but it's just the Zoom version.
That's great. So are you running yours off the A10 Mini?
For the video, I am.
So could you do it? Say you could do a podcast at a local trail site? Like say you were at the top of Greer and you brought, you could set up. Could you do that?
You could, yeah.
I mean, as long as you got internet. and
I
power.
mean, if you didn't want to do video, it'd
That's
be
true.
even easier. But the way Joe has his setup is, I mean, yeah, you could do that anywhere. Just run it off the LTE data or the 5G now.
Dang. So that'd be awesome. That'd be awesome. See, now that is a new thought in my mind. So yeah, I mean, definitely want to continue to motivate and inspire people through the sport of mountain biking, having guests on that are, you know, doing something ordinary to the extraordinary in their, and as far as their growth goes, that I want to continue to do, which would be great. And then continue to do what we're doing, having fun, hanging out, being within the community of mountain biking, like this, like MTB Raging. Side note, you guys hitting Sky Park Sunday, let's ride, shred, film, live, laugh, and love life. Like I just want more of that. You know, I want to be a part of all that.
We'll
be there
definitely
Sunday.
Yeah, Sunday we'll be at Sky Park.
See, there it is.
There it is. Bam. Just like that.
Boom.
And Craig, yes, this is an absolute true statement. I am a full geek nerd when it comes to technology. I love it. I can't get enough of it. I mean, I can walk into the house and say to turn on the TV, turn off the TV. I can control the volume from my phone because, you know, asking a 6-year-old to do that sometimes, to turn down the TV, is you just go in. It's easier.
Man, I wish I could be there on Sunday. My little guy Madison's birthday party is on Sunday. So, but you guys are going to be in great company because I know that Tony, the outsider, is going to be there.
Yeah.
He's got to ride that day. Yeah, it's going to be a good day. A lot of good folks going up to Sky Park this Sunday.
Nice.
I guess we chose a good weekend.
Yeah. Dang. Techno Dad. Marty Richards says Techno Dad.
You know, it's funny. I've even thought about doing like a second just side channel for like technology stuff I wouldn't put on this one because, you know, people probably aren't going to watch it. I mean, I'd still put in the same effort that I do for this, but I don't know. Like I'd love to just kind of mess around to do like random reviews of stuff.
Yeah, people will watch it. I mean, you never know what people Google out there. It's crazy. It's a crazy world.
Right?
Right. And you got to love all that perennial, that evergreen type of content because we all go there and go, how do I, what is this review? You know, I know I turn to you, Adam, when it comes to cameras and things. I go, what should I use? And the lighting, what did you do there? And it's just like a wealth of information for that stuff.
Well, like I said before, you know, working at a camera store, it allows me to have a lot more fun with the camera stuff and the lighting stuff. So it's just kind of why I have a nice setup like this for the most part.
I know your picture looks so clear. I feel like I'm all fuzzy. I've got
me and Mark over here still on like 620p.
Hey man, you know what? I like the background though, Luis.
You like that?
Yeah.
Yeah, that looks good. Even your microphone has its own light. Look at that. Your mic's all lit up down there. Dang. Jeez.
Getting there. I'm trying to be cool.
Well, what about you guys for that same question? I mean, I love the concept of Not Another Podcast. Just I love saying the name. and with your reviews, Adam, you do such a good job when it comes to reviews. Like you put a lot of effort into it, you know. What do you guys want to do with your channels? It's always like we want to progress, but sometimes it's hard to think about like what is it, you know?
Yeah, I mean, my end state really was just riding, meeting people, and just having fun. You know, the ability for other people to kind of see how much fun it is. Because when I first started, I had no idea about mountain biking. You know, it was just one of those things that escalated very, very quickly. And it's funny because, you know, people at work are like, oh, what do you do, man? And like, oh, you know, what do you do in your free time? I mountain bike. And they look at me with this like side face, like, what are you talking about? You know, and then I show them the videos and they're like, dude, that looks like fun. And then half the time they want to try it, you know? Like I got a couple of dudes at the shop now that are like, hey man, what kind of bike should I get? You know, what should I be looking at? So, and then I think it's just spreading that kind of, spreading the information and, you know, positive vibes, you know, like you were saying, Mark, and it just feels good, you know? And then I'm not a very tech savvy person, as Adam would know. but making videos is pretty fun. Just, you got to put in your own creativity into that. And every once in a while, I'm like, this looks kind of wonky. So then I show it to my wife, and then she puts, she puts her spin on it to make sure that it makes sense and stuff. And then it gets published, and it's just fun. I don't really expect to get anything crazy, BKXC status,
Never know.
Yeah.
Never know, but it's definitely something just to have fun, and then this podcast thing, we've been talking about it for a while. And now that I moved and we don't see each other on a weekly basis, hashtag sad face. This is kind of a way that we can just still, talk shop, if you will. So
yeah,
spreading some information and talking to new people and, reviving old times.
Yeah.
That's fun. That's totally fun. It's like bringing a little bit of what we all experience when we're out there riding and hanging out together to the community. Holy cow, look at that, Mr. Adam. Woo.
Ace, making it rain.
Yeah, buddy. Thank you, Ace.
Greenbacks. And then Luis met Ace, and life would be awesome forever.
Funny enough, on like the most randomest video, it wasn't even like something I put effort into. I did a GoPro quick video of one of the local rides. And this dude comments on it and goes, "Hey, you want to ride?" I was like, "Who are you?"
This isn't the part where you kill me, is it?
Yeah.
Oh man, that's funny because I rode with him up in Joshua Tree, that little Section 6 area, and I was like, "Hey man, I'm really glad you're not a raper." And he's like, "Yeah man, I had a good time too." Oh man. But Ace is good times. I actually went with them up to Utah to go ride over by Zion and rode some of those good trails over there. That was prime riding up there.
I couldn't go.
Yeah.
I wanted to.
Oh, man. I bet there's awesome trails there. That place is so beautiful.
It's gorgeous.
Man. Any memorable trails that stick out to you that you'd highly recommend?
Gem. Yeah. Gem is one of those trails where it's not difficult, but just the scenery and the flow of the trail is so much fun. It's great. It's definitely one of those, if you're in that area, you got to do it.
Gem. Got to check that out. I've got family that lives up that way. They live in St. George and Hurricane. And, and I've been seeing footage. Hurricane. I've been seeing some good footage of there's a park out there, a bike park out there that what is that? It's got the logos of like the Cobra on it, right? But anyways, it looks amazing. Tons of wood features, drops, gas, all that stuff. And I hear it's free. Just show up, ride it like a trail, have a good time, and make new friends. Nice. I know. Gotta get out there. I gotta get out there. I'm jealous that you got out there.
It was so nice. I had to go back a second time. I took my wife and we vacationed up there for a few days. Oh man, it was beautiful. We actually went into the park, into Zion, and got to do the whole shebang. So that was super fun. It's worth going if you haven't been. That's for sure.
I look at those hills a lot when I'm looking at Zion, and I keep imagining that I'm going to see the Wile E. Coyote chasing the Roadrunner up there because it's so scenic, and you can see all the little cliffs and everything. And I keep imagining that. Maybe it's the beers that I drink when I go there and relax.
Probably the elevation and the beer gets you start seeing stuff.
Right. Oh man.
What? Did you ever have a goal of wanting to hit 1,000 subs, Mark?
Boy, when I started, it really wasn't a goal. It became a goal as I got going, but at first I just wanted to put out content, and it was something that my son and I can do, and I could show him like how it's done. We could learn together. I can learn how to edit. I can learn how to film, and it started out just being able to show it to some family and a handful of friends that maybe some of them don't ride mountain bikes and some of them rode mountain bikes. But then it started to grow and grow, and then I realized, like, oh wow, if you get 1,000, it opens up new stuff. It's like the whole gaming aspect of it. You can do a little bit more things. You can get monetized if you like. More people are watching. Your message can, for the same effort, your message can reach more people. So so that became the goal, is 1,000. And then
I don't know about same effort though. You got to put in more effort at this point.
I know. When there's more people,
you can't disappoint now.
I know. You don't want to lose subs. Which made me laugh when Colorado Kid wanted to call his shack the Unsubscribatorium, because that dude's amazing. He's funny. He's
so good.
So good. But yeah, the Unsubscribatorium is like completely the opposite of the way he's going, for sure.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
If he would have gotten in the game earlier, he would have been even bigger than how he is now. It's crazy.
I think Paul said it best, was if he would have started the same time that Brian started, he would have surpassed Brian in terms of subscribers and everything. Yeah. And I 100% agree. Yeah. Not to knock Brian or anything, but just the fact that the content that he's putting out is just so, you don't even have to necessarily be into writing. It's the way he's able to, and the story.
Yeah.
He's a silly dude.
He is.
Yeah.
I love it.
He's so good. I wonder if it's because of, obviously it's his personality. He's naturally like that, right? For those of us who've had a chance to hang out with him off camera, that's him. Who you see on camera is who he is off camera. That silliness, that fun, that quick wit. But it makes you wonder, did he also glean some of that from being in the industry? I know he'd been in the radio industry for a while.
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah.
Probably. How do you make a video on clearing out brush for a campsite entertaining?
Totally.
You know?
Great.
I thought about it the other day. I was like, did I just watch this dude for like 11 minutes clear out brush?
Yeah.
I'm like, I sure did.
Yeah. And it was awesome.
Joey, he is a bird killer.
I think the proper term is bird murderer.
Bird murderer. Oh man.
You know, hey Craig, dude, you never know when you're gonna hit 1,000. After 100, dude, it starts picking up quick.
You just got to keep putting videos out.
Yeah. Yeah. Craig's gonna get there too. It's kind of cool that we are all in this area together. We're all like, sub 1,000s, 1,000 right there. It's like we're all kind of growing up together through it, and it's fun that we have it. It's special. We can always like bounce ideas off each other, talk to each other, and see each other grow. Like Adam, when you broke 1,000, it was freaking awesome. I felt that, like, yeah, man.
I remember him texting me that day. He's like, dude, I'm almost there.
I looked back to the guy behind me who I work with. I'm like, hey, I need a favor. I'm like 1 or 2 away. Just go hit that button for me real quick.
Oh, man.
Oh, Joey, NKMTB says, I watched a 15-minute video of the Colorado Kid on him looking for a battery.
I think that's what he can do, though. He can do a story out of just the simplest things. And I think that's really what makes it. He's just a fantastic storyteller.
Yeah, he is. He is. It's so natural too, and he knows how to tease it out there. Like when he's going to do a live stream, like how he showed the temperature. It's like, hey, you want a live stream? And then it goes back to his face. He's like, yeah. You're just totally glued to it. It's entertaining.
Yeah, it really is.
So, Mark, this can be a 2-part question, but what's your favorite piece of mountain bike tech? Now that we're talking about Joe, and he's a tech guy too. So
yeah, right now I definitely have to say, this is cliche, but it for sure favorite is the GoPro. Gotta have the GoPro and it dialed in, and without the GoPro, I feel like I'm dead in the water. If I don't have that thing dialed in right, and I get back and the images are like weird or the wrong color or the wrong size or what have you, or it's like too zoomed in and it's all handlebar.
Yep.
Oh man, we got that wrong angle.
Yeah.
It's a bad day when you load that up to your computer.
That's the worst, man.
I felt bad. I let Ace borrow a GoPro when they went on that trip to Utah, and unfortunately, I'd been messing with it before, and it was set to linear, so he recorded everything in linear.
It was like,
oh jeez, oh no. Did he have an epic ride on top of it?
He did. Yeah, we had a good time.
That's the worst. That's the worst.
I think we fixed it for the next day because when we went back to the hotel room, I was like, let me see that thing. Let me see it. And he was like, oh, son of a. So we ended up fixing it for the next day. But yeah, that first day, it was funny.
Man.
It was like half battery life too. He's like, what the?
Crisco Bike says, pretty sure it was intentional.
Got sabotaged.
Yeah. He also says his favorite piece of bike tech, if this is bike tech, is his chamois.
No. It's what's in his chamois.
Pretty
what he
technical. That's what's in the chamois.
Oh, wait, no, mine is. Oh, sorry, I read that wrong. Yeah, mine is the chamois. Okay.
Oh man,
What?
no,
I'd say-
but yeah. Go ahead, Adam.
No, go.
I was going to say definitely the GoPro. You know, being a mountain bike rider and MTB YouTuber guy, the GoPro is my favorite piece of tech. Trying to think outside of that, it's hard because then everything else is kind of costs a lot of money.
Well,
when it comes to
Yeah, you're not wrong.
What about non-mountain bike tech? What's your favorite thing?
Well, like TVs, things like that. Always loved looking at those things and what they could do and the different types of TV, like the nano technology that just came out.
It's ridiculous,
right?
I just bought a TV and that thing's already out of date. It's like 6 months old.
Dang. Yeah.
Like pretty much.
What's the new one that's out right now? The thing is like as thick as it's thinner than an iPhone.
Oh yeah.
It's LG or the Samsung paper.
Yeah, something like that.
It's one of those guys.
It's heck?
Super thin. It's like 4K, the whole shebang.
Oh yeah.
I'm over here 10 years behind the curve.
I know. It's
Dude, I've got a 720p TV out here.
That's still pretty good, man.
Yeah,
hey, you're in the early 2000s right there, 720.
Yeah,
that's what I'm talking about.
Right.
Also living at home.
Is it LED? Is it LED? Right. It's LED at that point, right?
I doubt it. No, I think that's still LCD technology back then.
Wow. Remember when they said those things only last for 5 years? They burned themselves out, and here we are 15 years later. We still have them around.
The same old TV, just migrating room to room.
Right. It's just each wall. We only move it because the wall starts to crack because they're 500 pounds.
They're not light. Yeah.
God, I remember having growing up, the big wooden, the projector style, but the big cabinets growing up.
Oh yeah.
You guys ever have that?
My uncle had one of those. Yeah, it was all faux wood on the outside.
Yeah, exactly.
It was 4 feet deep.
Right.
That's ridiculous.
Took up half of the room, but they tried to put it in a corner.
Yeah.
Light comes through the window. You can't see anything. That thing's ruined.
Right.
Exactly.
That's stupid.
Producer Debbie's on the line, guys. She says 720 was the thing back then.
Oh, man.
Heck yeah.
Debbie, how you feeling? Are you sore at all from your crash today?
Oh, did Debbie take one down today?
Yeah, she said need a new helmet.
Oh, Murder Hornets got her.
I think she said she was good though.
Jeez.
I mean, you're not seeing double. It's a good day. You hit your head.
It is Thursday, so she must have been at Sky Park or Summit, heading over to Sky Park.
She was going down on Party Wave to West Ridge. There's that hip, and I think she crashed avoiding the hip.
Oh, geez, Debbie. Says slightly, but yes, good. Oh man,
that's good.
That's good. That's good. I hate to hear when friends go bite it.
Right?
That's never fun. You hope they're okay.
It's definitely not. It's not dangerous.
Yeah.
Right.
It's definitely. I don't show my wife any of the Friday fails or any of that because
I used to, but
I used to, and now I'm just now.
I agree with Bobo.
Fails.
I stopped watching that stuff because then it just gives you the wrong headspace when you go out and ride. Because
totally.
you think about
Absolutely.
that, and then it happens. Did you guys watch? The one thing I did watch. Did you watch the G Atherton crash?
Ooh.
The Life on the Edge or
Knife's Edge, Blade's Edge or Knife's Edge.
Yeah.
Oh man, I did see that. I did.
I didn't realize what I was watching. Until he was bouncing off the rocks like a freaking ping pong ball, and I was like, "Oh my lord, what just happened?"
And he cleaned it the first time. It was like,
Yeah.
like, I understand why you go back. You want to get another shot, different angle, probably do it again.
He said he cleaned it a few times.
Yeah. Geez.
Yeah, he did it a few times. It's just that way. All it takes is one time, right?
Yeah, he just cased it. His bottom bracket, kissed the rock, and
he just catapulted right off the side of that thing. It was so bad
looking.
Did you guys catch it on Instagram or catch it on YouTube? Where'd you guys catch it?
I caught it originally I saw like a few months back, I think, when he had posted on Instagram that he crashed filming for that. And he was just dude, you look gnarly. Oh my God. Like the list of stuff that was broken is just unbelievable. And then I watched it when it went on YouTube just recently.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
I was warned by IG. You know how IG has the thing where it goes, it's blacked out. It goes, warning.
Yeah.
You may not want to see this. And of course, that motivates you to be like, yeah, I can handle it.
I got this.
Right.
And afterwards, I didn't have that.
Yeah, I wasn't ready to see that. Especially like the rolling at the end when he's, you could tell he's unconscious. Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
That part broke my heart. I was like, oh, dude, I don't like to see that.
Like,
he's out. Well, you just stop.
Yeah.
It's like, he's out at that point because it's just limp. And it's like, oh, God.
I know.
I hope he's okay.
You could tell, like, the very first part, you could tell he's still fighting it, Yeah. And then that limpness, his body just moved in ways it shouldn't move. And you're like, oh, he's out. He's out.
You see his head hit, and it's just like, hit so hard, and then he bounced. It was like, oh, that's bad.
Oof.
Yeah.
Oof. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not nice.
Speaking of bad, that's kind of a good segue. You ever gone back? I know I've done this. Have you ever gone back and looked at your older videos?
Yeah. Yeah. I actually did.
Not laugh.
Yeah.
It's just.
Well, I was like, damn, that video is better than what I'm putting out now. And then I saw the very first video I put out. There was definitely clips of an iPhone footy in there mixed in with GoPro. And of course, I didn't know at the time to film it landscape. So you can see like all this like empty space on the side of the screen pops in, where it's been the iPhone footage. But yeah, that's I've learned a lot since then.
Like, even the garage stuff for me, I look back and like, man, the lighting on that sucked. The audio sucked. Like, you knew better than that. What are you thinking?
Pretty cringeworthy.
Who let me hit publish on this thing?
Then we look back at the old writing videos, it's like, you needed to cut this, you needed to cut that.
Right.
3-minute video could have been 3 minutes, man. What is wrong with you?
Craig says GoPro 4, everybody got seasick.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is true.
Oh man. Was it the 7, right? GoPro 7 that put in the
stabilization?
A little bit, yeah.
Was it 7, 8?
I mean, I started with a little bit of a horror story, kind of. I started with the GoPro Hero 6, and you had the gimbal. They made. And so you had like the long stick. Brian was using it for a while, and you just have the stick sticking down your chest. Well, I went OTB and took that stick straight to my rib cage.
Oh, good grief!
Looked so gnarly for like a month. I was like, this is a terrible idea. I'm going to impale myself wearing this thing.
A lot of those dudes still use the gimbal.
Yeah, I mean, you can get the extension cable to make it work a little bit less dangerous.
Yeah, less impaling.
Yeah. Are those things heavy? I've never worn a gimbal before for filming, but they look like they either be heavy or hot.
Not too bad.
No.
Have a good night, Craig.
Yeah, see you Sunday.
Man, love that guy. He's a good dude there.
Yeah.
Oh man. So how was Vail past weekend?
Vail was good. Yeah.
Velocity or whatever they call it now. I don't even know.
Yeah. Velocity.
Vail.
Yeah. I love that place. I actually I didn't discover it, but a guy that I was riding with, his handle on Instagram is Mark in the Chiles. It's him and his kiddos.
Yeah.
And he's a great rider, and he knew all these trails. I had no idea. He knew of a trail called Marlin. And Marlin at Vail is this really cool flow trail. It kind of goes towards the backside of the mountain, but as it flows through, it's all flowy and it goes on the ridgebacks. So you have exposure on both sides, but you also get amazing views of Vail, the campgrounds on the left, and then you get amazing views of the Temecula wine country on the right. And it's awesome. It's fast. It's flowy. It actually dumps you down onto the same trail at the bottom that you go onto when you're riding up from the parking lot. When you first start the parking lot and you're dropping in, it drops you onto that trail, but it drops you in hot. Like you were flying when you get to that spot. And that was such a good day.
I haven't ridden that yet.
We'll have to get you out there, Luis. I know you couldn't make it that day, but man, you'll like that spot. It's a cool spot. But speaking of like the crashes and stuff, so I woke up Sunday morning and I'm thinking, I'm gonna go ride Vail. This is gonna be great. And then my buddy Joey Yates, he had text. He's like, man, I can't make it out. So I was like, okay, Joey's out. And then I got your text, Luis. I'm like, okay, Luis is out. And then I picked up Instagram. And I started like every post was a crash post. And I'm like, oh, is the universe trying to tell me something here? Should I not go today? And I'm glad. I mean, obviously I went and still had a good time. But it's funny how those things get in your mind,
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
I've been riding good for a while. Haven't had to lay the bike down in a little while. Damn. Is today the day?
Everybody gets religious all of a sudden. They're like,
right? Exactly.
We got I've been to church, but come on. I got my bike.
There was when I hurt my wrist back in like a couple Decembers ago, like right before I left the house, Austin was just like freaking out, like, Dad, don't go. I'm like, dude, chill. I'll be back. It's okay. No, please don't go. And he just like had like a full tantrum almost. And it was like, okay. And I went and I rode and I hurt myself. And like fully sprained my wrist. I was like, And then like I went to go leave. Like maybe 6 months later, I went to go leave and it happened again where he was like freaking out. And I'm like, shit, should I go for a ride right now?
I feel like this has happened before.
Yeah, he's telling me something.
I'm going to take it really easy.
Yeah. It's funny though, because even my wife, every once in a while, she'll be like, "Oh, be careful, have fun." But sometimes she'll be like, "Hey, be careful," and I'm just like, "What does that mean?"
Yeah, you said it like that before.
Usually, what's going on? Do you know something that I don't? So those days I usually take it easy, like, you know what, maybe I'm not feeling it today.
Yeah, those. It's funny how much mental the sport is. Even before you're even on the bike, you're like, "Damn it!" It was the inflection in that made me realize I should be careful today. Something might happen here.
Oh, yeah.
But then there's days when you wake up and you're like, I am fully on today. I know it. You can't wait to get out there and you just feel it and you are. And you come back, you're like, yep, I just knew it. I knew it.
Oh yeah. So those days it just clicks. It's just awesome.
I love those days. Try to figure out how to harness as many of those as possible.
Getting too old to crash, man. It's just
I know, right?
Taking it easy.
Hey, after hearing Mark's podcast, I think we're not that old.
True.
So with Alan, I was like, wait, what? I would have never guessed he was that old.
I know.
Yeah. And man, looks, like he said, Alan said, I said 28.
Yeah, 28.
And man, he's fit, takes good care of himself, and rides smart. I think on one of the podcasts I heard him say he likes to ride at about 70%, and then like turns it on here and there, but then comfortably goes back into the 70, which is still a good. It's still a good push, but I think that's just a smart type of ride,
Yeah.
I think I know why we think he's so much younger than he is. He's got no kids, right?
Oh, he does. Yeah, he does.
He does?
I believe, Alan, forgive me if I get this wrong, but I believe he has a daughter.
Okay.
I think that's his only child. I could be wrong about that, but I know she's in college.
All right.
Yeah.
So he's had the decompression dad stage where, spread a little bit and you're
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
The nest. Yes.
That, and I think it's the chops, beard chops. I think that kind of, it helps the skin. I think. I don't know what it is.
Handsome dude. Yeah, and then on the other end of the scale, we got the little ones in the nest. That just constantly it's tough to juggle, like juggling family, doing the podcast. Finding time to edit videos. That's not so late at night that you're not like so tired.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I told the wife I was going to do a podcast, and she's like, "You have time for that?" I was like, "I can find time."
Yeah, they're fun.
I think we're like an hour past my bedtime. I was talking to Adam earlier. I was like, dude, I'm like an old dude, man. Like I go to sleep early and I wake up early.
Like, that's all right. I go to bed at midnight almost like every night.
I know. I'm kind of in that same boat too. I'm guilty of that. Like once the kids are asleep, and luckily for me, my wife's so supportive on the podcast night. She puts both of the kiddos to bed, allows me time in here. But after the kids go to bed, typically if it's around 9, sometimes if it's later 10, then you have like your time, which is like 10 to 11 or what have you, whatever you can squeeze in. And then after your significant other goes to bed, then you're like, geez, should I edit now? Like, I should pull that video off the card, I'm a little tired, but
my wife goes to bed later than I do.
Oh, she does?
Yeah. I was like, all right, honey, I'm going to bed. Good night.
Dang.
Oh, yeah. I'm the first one out too. As soon as my head hits that pillow, it's like a switch, just down.
It's from all the biking, man. Getting all that energy out.
Slow my heart rate down and everything. I'm like a bear, just passed out.
That's gonna be a Marine thing.
Probably.
Yeah.
It's just like get it in when you can.
Yeah. Well, the Marines, I mean, you guys get up. Is it dark 30, right? What is that? Is that 5:30?
What's funny, because when I was up in the desert, I would get up at like 5:30 to go run in the mornings because I knew the sun would be up summertime. But here it's so overcasty outside. I'm trying to figure out, what's a good time. So I've just been using the trainer inside in the mornings, and then during my lunch, I go out run or bike and kind of do that, flip flop it after work. Every once in a while, I go out for a run or something. But yeah, it's been weird. I've been trying to get used to this overcast, not being able to get up so early and be productive thing. So.
Nice. That overcast does play a trick on you. You're like, it's like 5:30, and you're like, what? It's 7:30? What the heck?
Yeah, it's crazy. Or it'll be like 65 degrees in the morning, and then 2:00 rolls around and it's 85. You're like, what the hell happened?
Right?
It's like 75% humidity outside too. Like I'm sweating bullets over here. Ridiculous.
Adam's trying to feel sorry for you, I think.
Yeah. He's over here like, yeah, cry me a river.
I'm just looking down at my notes. Like, believe it or not, we actually have notes of like, all right, here's the questions we're probably going to ask. This is the topics we're going to cover. Like,
we're
be somewhat organized. Yeah. Well, here's one for you off the list. Bibs or no bibs? Or chamois, whatever you want to call it.
Oh, so I started riding with chamois all the time. And just recently, I started to go out on the trails without the chamois and felt comfortable. So I'm saying no chamois. And the motivator behind the no chamois, at least for now, is that sometimes after a bike ride, I'd have like a list of things that I have to go do before I got home.
Yeah.
So, pick up stuff at the grocery store, this and that. And I'm walking around with like diaper butt the whole time. It is just like, man, this is uncomfortable, and it's probably not good for me to be in this thing for that long. So I started going without them.
I'm actually going to try, like when I was camping just recently and I was riding with Austin on the trails, I didn't have chamois, and we just went out and ride, and it was like, this isn't that bad. I'm actually going to try this. I'll try this at Sky Park. And I listen to the Path podcast a lot, and they always talk about, they use compression shorts instead of chamois a lot of the times, unless they're going to do a longer ride.
I'm like Under Armour shorts.
What kind of makes sense? Exactly, the Under Armour.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, I guess if it's a short ride and it's hot like it is right now, maybe going no chamois is the better option and just save that for like a longer ride.
That makes sense to me, man. Like if it's going to be your local trail, go out for an hour or two and come back. That's not bad. No chamois. Yeah. But if it's going to be like a full day sending it everywhere, then chamois in a place where you can change right after.
Yeah.
Well,
I got one of the ponchos.
Luis. Yeah.
Yep. And I stole it from all the surfers on the coast over here. So it's basically a really long poncho thing. It's made out of like microfiber that you just kind of throw over yourself. You change underneath it. So works awesome.
Dang.
Just change to the side of the road. No problems.
Yeah.
Surfer change right there at the car.
Yep. Well, I was like, oh, just take a towel. I seen these dudes do it all the time, but I'm like, I don't have the skill to change underneath the towel. I was like, nah, that ain't me.
Yeah, he's not allowed at some places anymore.
Towel fail.
Yeah.
It was an elementary school right there, bro.
Oh man.
You sound like Joe. Like now with this mustache, I can't be within like 10 miles of elementary school.
That's funny, man. That's a good idea, though. Is that like a surf towel or a surf thing? Like O'Neill makes it, or somebody like that? Billabong?
Amazon.
No, I just got this thing off Amazon.
Huh.
Yeah, I have seen some. I think the Kind makes some.
Okay.
But the one I have is just an Amazon one.
So I gotta get better at that, man, because sometimes when after a ride, I'll go to the grocery store or what have you, and like my shirt's soaked and I'm sure I don't smell the greatest. And you're out of context, right? It's like nobody knows you just got done going after it on a mountain bike trail with your buddies. They just see a sweaty dude that's dirty walking in. Everyone just is like, stay away from that guy. But I
just washed mine, so I have it out.
Oh yeah?
There it is.
You guys both got it. Look at that. So wait, it's like a giant hoodie then?
Yeah, like a giant like poncho or hoodie. You just like put it on, then you have like little pockets you can put your hands through and do what you need to do. Yeah. And once you change, you can just take it off.
Oh, that's cool. Put on some
fresh
fresh
super
clothes.
baggy.
Yeah, like whenever we go to Sky Park or anything like that, I always change because it's like an hour and a half drive. So,
dude,
I don't want to be stuck in those clothes all the time. So I just change.
I've done that. It sucks.
Yeah, I've done that too.
That's not worth it.
It's like cold at the end of the day and windy, and you're like, I think I'm just gonna get in the car, and then halfway down the hill,
and you're like,
yeah, exactly. Dang, you chamois.
Yeah, exactly.
But when we do wear chamois, have you guys found the chamois that you're like, this is my now go-to chamois?
Yeah, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I have a video that's like, it's already uploaded, and I haven't done all like the thumbnail and the description, but the black bibs, my buddy turned me on to them. They're just as high quality as like the Pro Zumi stuff I was using, and like he even compared them to like the Rafa stuff, and it was just like, okay, cool. And I picked up a few pairs, and they're phenomenal. They're $40.
Wow.
Yep.
But they call Black Label because they have nothing on them. They're just plain bibs.
Yeah.
But they're phenomenal.
Nice.
Yep. Brought some for my kid too, and he's been rocking them too, and no problems.
Interesting. That's cool.
It's hard to go wrong for $40.
Right.
Especially when I spent way more than that on the Pro Zumis.
And what is it? Is it the comfort? Is it the fit? Is it
the fit? The material is like super nice.
Yeah.
And the padding is well done.
Yep.
Nice. That's what I'm looking for, ones that'll fit like boxer briefs, where you just put them on, they feel comfortable, a good fit, and don't have that giant like diaper butt.
Yeah, where it's like regardless of what size you get, the pad is always the same size. It's just ginormous.
Yeah. Right.
You're like, dude, what the heck, man?
Yeah, exactly. Makes you like feel like you want to walk your bike through the grocery store with you, just so you're more in context from where you came from.
You're just trying to rationalize why you have diaper butt.
Right. I'm all dirty and sweaty with diaper butt because I was on this. Okay.
I swear, guys.
Versus walking down the aisles looking like a homeless guy.
It's funny. Like, so I ride my son on my normal mountain bike to school with the Mac ride, and because we're only like maybe like 2 to 3 blocks away from his school, so I'll ride him there on my bike. And it's funny, like I'll show up on my bike and people are like, "Dude, that's a nice bike." I was like, "Yeah, if you knew what it was, you'd be really surprised."
Wait, talking about your bike, the Intense, or a different bike?
Yeah, the Intense.
That is a nice bike. That's a great bike.
Yeah, I was like, if you guys knew like what I was actually rocking to take my son to school, you'd be like, "That's a car."
I see what you're saying. Yeah. That's true. The black bibs. There it is. For the folks that are listening to this on iTunes or Spotify, Adam's brought up the Black Bibs website. Oh, look at that. So wait, are they all suspender style?
So you have these that are suspender style, but you have the shorts also that are not.
Yeah, you got.
And they're even cheaper, $35.
Dude, $35, and that's more boxer brief style.
Yeah.
Yep.
Huh. I'm gonna check those out.
Totally recommend them.
Okay,
Absolutely.
That's for like the long ride days. Like if you're gonna do Palm Spring, the Epic or anything like that. Huh. Like it. I like it. As far as other favorite things go, I've gotten away from riding with jerseys, and I don't know why. I've been just rocking regular T-shirts, but I always love looking at everybody's jerseys when they're wearing their jerseys. They're
Hashtag sponsored.
Right? Is that what? Yeah. But I do like that feel of the jersey. Like the lightness of it, the flowiness of it. Yeah. Versus in the shirts too, they just collect a lot of dirt. Sometimes you wipe your face or what have you. You got this giant mark on your shirt.
They just don't breathe very well. I think last time we were at Sky Park, I was debating. I was like, I should just wear a shirt. And then as soon as we got in the park, it started getting a little warm. I was like, oh man, good thing I didn't wear that damn shirt. I'd just be soaked.
Hey, it would just be like 3 sizes bigger that day.
Yeah, that'd be ridiculous.
Big old wind sail.
Yeah.
I don't know why my times are so slow. This big old sail off your body.
Right.
Collecting that wind.
Oh man. But I did pick up the latest Reckless Riders jersey. The one that looks like the Run DMC logo.
Oh, yeah.
I do have that hanging in the closet, and I gotta be able to get back on some of these jerseys. I also picked up an Eva for PTSD jersey, and that one's a cool one. It's like really military style.
Yeah, I've seen that one.
Yeah, that one's cool. I love them. But then I go out there and I just grab a T-shirt. I'm like, man, I love these jerseys. I just gotta make sure I grab them when I'm heading out the door.
Yeah, I sweat. Yeah, I'm a sweater too.
Yeah,
I sweat too much to wear a shirt. Yeah. Out here, you can't wear a T-shirt out here. That would be an awful idea.
That's horrible. Yeah, you'd chafe. You'd just, oh man.
Yeah, bad. Yeah. I gotta get back into the jersey thing. And then there's so many of us, so many mountain bike groups in the area that have cool jerseys. It'd be fun to just pop those on and represent everybody. It's cool. I gotta do it.
Like Adam Mock is his jersey's really cool.
Yeah,
I think I saw that.
Super simple too.
Yeah,
yeah. He's got. I love that crown logo that he has, the A and the M.
Yeah,
that looks so good. Are you going to do a jersey, Adam, with a new Pinky Swear logo that you have? Which I did pick up that shirt, by the way, and I've been rocking it a couple times. It's pretty awesome.
I saw that on your last video.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Maybe eventually. I think, like Adam, I think he said he pays like $75 to $85 per jersey.
Okay.
I'm like, I don't know if I want to spend that much for a jersey. I might as well just like, I might be better off like hitting up Hand Up and doing like a small run whatever their minimum run is, and even for you for the same for Tasco.
Yeah, I did talk to Nate about some of the gloves, but I think the small runs are like 500 gloves, and I'm all, I don't think there would be that many sales.
Hand-up's like 25, I think.
Oh,
You can do as low as like 25 with hand-up.
Get some pinky swears on some hand-up gloves.
Custom.
Oh, wait, there's even a website you can look it up and do it?
Yeah, so let me add this to the stream and change the Chrome tab. Share.
While you're doing that, Marty's asking, how much are the Intense Primer Expert in the US? He says they're $5,150 over there. Does anybody know?
I think that's
Expert Primer 27.5 is $42.99.
Oh, geez, you just popped that up.
Yeah.
I was already looking. Honestly, the 951 series one is what I would look at, though, if you're looking for a less expensive version of it. Because it's only like 36.
Right.
Wow.
All right, so here we go.
Could Marty buy the one off of here in the U.S. and pay U.S. prices and have it shipped over?
Yeah, but man, that would cost so much in
shipping on that. Yeah, the shipping on that.
Especially to there is just it's always way more there.
Dang. Because he says it's
shipping.
Bummers. He says it's $5,150 over there. So
quantities and prices are falling per pair. Okay, so on hand up for 24 pairs, it's $32.
And that's to design your own glove?
That's if you want your own glove.
It's not bad.
Dang, it's right off their website.
They will have hand up in the middle.
Got it. Yeah, I don't think I can.
That's not bad.
That's not bad.
Especially if you're going to sell them.
Right? Just to get it out there and have fun with it, have people ride in some of the pinky swear gloves.
That's a lot to shell out. $768.
That's what it comes out to. You have to do the pre-orders first before you pull the trigger.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, gloves definitely. Now there's people that are like no gloves and gloves, and I prefer gloves all the way. I totally can tell a difference when I ride if I forget my gloves.
Oh yeah,
I could totally tell a difference. I feel like slippery from the hand sweat on the grips and everything. I just feel more protected. It's just one little more mental piece of motivation for me if my gloves are on versus off. You guys feel that too?
Yeah, gloves and knee pads.
I've got a scar on the top of my wrist from where I had some 100% like the super thin gloves, almost like the Tasco with their summer gloves.
Yeah, the Phantom.
Where I crashed and it ripped straight through, and now I have like a huge scar on my top of my hand from it.
Ooh, jeez.
But I was gonna say. Go ahead.
Yeah, Debbie says gloves always. Yeah, I'm the same with you, Luis. You too. It sounded like you're also the same as. Sam.
Yeah, I can't. Yeah, I'm off when I don't wear gloves. I feel naked.
Yeah, it's funny, right?
And then knee pads. I always ride with knee pads because I have those really light G-form ones, anyways. So I just I don't even feel them half the time. So yeah, so knee pads and gloves are definitely a must.
Is on the climbs, I won't wear gloves, just on the downhills.
Okay.
Yeah.
On the climbs, you put the gloves like on the strap of your you just put them somewhere.
I'll just throw them in the pocket or in like the side pocket for the fanny pack.
Oh yeah, you climb in the desert with your gloves on, they're just gonna be soaked.
It sucks.
Oh man,
it's not
so hot.
Dang. I know sometimes on the climb I'll put my gloves in the band of my goggles, and then I'll look at my shadow and it looks like a turkey or something. But there's been times where I've forgotten to take them off there, and I'm descending. I'm like, oh man, where are my gloves? And I'll forget. It's like putting that pencil behind your ear, and you're like, where that pencil?
Where's that thing at? Start yelling at everybody, where are my gloves?
Right. There's definitely been times where I've gone back to the car to get my gloves. Like, I got to go back to the car. It's worth it to me to lose 15 minutes here to go get them.
Yeah.
And the gloves, I know that I know Adam and I were with different companies. I know you're with Hand Up, and a lot of great guys are with Hand Up, and I'm over at the Tasco side. But I do love how all the companies have like the thin, kind of like lingerie for your hands, or the thicker ones for like when you're in the tight single tracks for all the the sticks and the weed wax that you get on your knuckles. Yeah. And then the inside palm grippiness for the grips, that always helps too when you're going through the chatter and everything. Feels good.
It's funny on a side note, like when I talked to the Hand Up guys, I'm like, why don't you guys get into like moto gloves? Because I mean that's probably a territory where you guys could probably do well in. There's no one that does moto gloves like how Tasco or Hand Up does. And he's like, well, they kind of already are moto gloves. You can use them for moto. And I've used them a few times riding. It was like, oh, these are just normal gloves. These are perfect.
Oh, nice.
So I was like, you guys need to like expand it out and like just say, hey, you can use these for moto. That's a whole new segment.
Right. That's true.
Segment.
Yeah.
I know. I see what you did. That was good.
See what you did there. It's funny because I took Josh over to my son. I took him over to the Tasco over there in Carlsbad. And I was like, hey, man, go pick out some gloves. And he was just looking at all the options. It was just like, which ones do I get? I was like, I don't know, man. Try them on. So you tell me,
Yeah.
And it's funny. The dudes are all chill, really helpful, But yeah, he was like, I want these red ones. So I was like,
nice.
Do you?
Nice. That's awesome. Which ones? He got the red ones, so the thinner ones?
Yeah, he got the thinner ones.
The double digits. Those are the ones I've got those red ones too. Those kind of just pop.
Yeah. He took his first spill a couple of weeks ago. So he's been kind of like, oh no. We were over at Calavera Lake doing like that outer, easier single track trail. He took a spill and then I was like, you know what, let's go get him some gloves. So get him some gloves. Just how once you put on gloves, you just feel a little better. So I'm gonna get him some knee pads next and just kind of start building his kit up. So
nice.
See how it turns out.
What do you think about for knee pads? I know you're rocking the G form right now.
Yeah, I don't know. It's hard because
you have a sponsor.
There's none available right now. Everything is sold out.
There is. They're available.
I haven't looked.
Who
Did they finally get their shipping it?
Who do you ride for?
They let anybody in, I swear. I mean, they let me in.
Are you guys 7 IDP?
Yeah.
7's got some great stuff, man. Those guys are great. Those guys are great.
I just grabbed a new pair of elbow pads.
Oh, you finally got them in?
The Sam, they got did you get the Sam Hills or which ones did you get? The
Sam Hills.
Nice.
The lights.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, they sold out. I'm pretty sure Adam just bought the last ones when I went to go to Adam to cart.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you could definitely hit up Jeremy there and ask him and say, hey, when's stuff coming back in? I need something, and maybe you can get it a teeny bit quicker than they expected, possibly.
Yeah.
God, he said helmets were like December.
Yeah.
Wow.
And that was like a month and a half ago when I asked him.
Wow.
Yeah.
I love their, so they got the Project 23 and then the notch below with all the different colors.
Yeah.
Those ones have been sold out for a while, but those are great. And when they come in there, they just sell so quick.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. They're gone. Yeah. Just like that Smith helmet I've been eyeballing too. That thing, it came in stock and it's sold out. I was like, man, that's not cool.
Dang. It's crazy that things are still going. Yeah, and things are still going nutso, huh? Because you would think that there is going to be a time where people are going to buy everything they need, but it doesn't seem to be reaching that point yet.
No, not at all.
Yeah. Which is great for, the community. It means people are out there riding. People are out there progressing, so that's good.
That's true. Yeah, with all the newer riders, maybe that's like the helmets go fast because they say once you crash in them, you should replace them, and then there's the replacement costs are every company's different, but
Yeah.
if you crash, you want to buy a new helmet because you crashed it, you're not going to pay the same price. It's going to be, some places are 30% less, some places are 50% less, which is a great thing to have.
Oh, definitely.
Absolutely. That's a good incentive to kind of keep people safe.
Yeah,
Knowing my cheap ass, I'd be like, nah, that'd be good for another hit. I'll just make sure I fall on the right side instead of the left. Be fine.
That's so true.
When's the last time you guys dinged your helmet?
It's been a while.
I can't remember the last time I crashed. Hold on, I need to knock on wood.
Man, knock on wood.
Yeah. Because I can't remember, actually. I don't know.
This was the last crash I remember.
The pinky crash. Dang.
Yeah, the last one that I actually hit my head, or at least tapped the ground, I think was at Sky Park on the jump line. But this was years ago. This was like 3 years ago.
Okay.
So, thank God.
Man.
But so far, so good.
Right. That's so funny, though. You say if you crash, you'll just go ahead and hit the other side of your helmet to make sure that you don't repeat.
I mean, I'll look at it and go, okay, is the foam damage? Is there any cracking?
Yeah.
How bad was it? Like, can you push it in? And if it wasn't that bad of a crash, it's like, I think we're good.
Right.
Because nobody wants to spend more money on a helmet again.
Yeah.
They're not cheap.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, if the foam's indented or the build of the structure is compromised, then for sure. But if it's like hard to tell, like, oh man, is it just a scratch?
It'll buff out. It'll be good.
Yeah, it'll be good. Do the MTB,
turtle wax on that thing.
Do the desert rat thing, like fall into my right, turn to my left.
So, Mark, I have a super controversial question to ask you.
Sure.
And everyone's different on this.
Okay.
Pineapple on pizza.
Yes.
Oh.
Definitely. Love pineapple on pizza. One of my favorite pizzas is the Canadian bacon and pineapple.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah.
That is good.
Which is funny because we hadn't had that for a while. And then one day we were just like, let's get pizza, man. So we got some pizza from this Brooklyn Boys place over here. And so good. Pineapple pizza. Yeah.
Oh,
the kids are like, what is this? It's just like, shut up and eat it.
You see the kids picking the pineapple off.
Yeah.
I mean, you ask some people and they get offended. It's like, no, pineapple does not belong on pizza.
Man. Dude, they got to try it again. It's changed.
We have a really random pizza. Like, we have a place that's just like down the street from here, and their pizza is just, it's so good. Like, the crust is just like salty and just so perfect. But they make a pastrami pizza.
Oh.
And it's like, instead of using sauce, it's mustard. And then they put like the cheese and the pastrami and like red onions and some pickles.
And
it quickly became one of our favorite pizzas over there.
Really? Wow.
Yeah.
It almost doesn't sound like a pizza at that point. It almost sounds like a panini, right? Or something.
Right?
Just fold it in half and then just eat it like a panini or whatever.
Yeah.
So good.
Interesting. When I was growing up, there was a place that we used to go to. This was like a special treat. It was called John's Incredible Pizza. And they would make
the name says it all.
Right? They would make this peanut butter pepperoni pizza. And that was the same thing as the pineapple. Like, some people would hate it, like, oh, that's disgusting. And some people would love it. And I found myself, it wasn't my favorite, but it wasn't repulsive. I was like, dang, this is pretty good.
I'm either really hungry or this is really good.
Right? It's just that sweetness and then the pepperoni with a little bit of the spice to it. Not too shabby.
Yeah.
Not too shabby.
Man.
Some people went even crazier, though. They would go peanut butter, pineapple, and slices of banana on it. That I couldn't do. I just was like, that's too far for me.
It's too much. You're crossing the line.
It's crossing the line, but maybe I'm missing out. Maybe it's dang good. I gotta try it. Peanut butter, pepperoni, and slices of banana. I don't know. What do you guys think?
That's different. I'd try it.
Yeah, just
try
to see
once.
Right? you could always spit it out. It's like, or
Yeah.
you might be happy. You're like, oh.
Yeah.
Facts.
So I tried a new beer this weekend after the Vail ride. Send It Frankie had, you know how he does all of his videos. They cook up something, and that was no joke. With his ride, he's like, I got to get back down to the bottom because we're going to cook up some stuff. So Send It Frankie put out some massively yummy tacos that day after the ride in the parking lot, just grilling up everything. And then his crew had brought these things from King Brewery. They were beers called Frosés. Has anybody tried a Frosé before?
No.
If you haven't, they are amazing. It's kind of like it's considered a beer, right? Yeah, it's considered a beer, but it's like it tastes more like a Jamba Juice, but it kind of has a little bit of a taste of a beer at the end. So you know, I think they're like 7% as well as far as alcohol content.
Not bad.
And they're big. Like you got to share them because they're a lot. But Frosé, man, if he would have explained it like the way I'm explaining it, I may have passed. but he's like, you got to try this, and man, so many different flavors. We went through so many different flavors. It was so good. Frosé. King Brewery out of Rancho Cucamonga. Amazing stuff.
That's
okay,
like
so they're close.
My wife's family lives over there in that area, so I definitely have to go check it out.
Check it out. Especially Adam, you were showing me earlier the mango one you were drinking. Yeah. Look at that.
There it is.
Who makes that one right there?
Golden Road.
Golden Road Mango Cart beer. Nice. Nice. Yeah, I think you'll like it. Frosé. Let me know what you think.
Frosé.
I'm gonna have to try that. You know, something else I've been wanting to try is the Kapu coffee.
Oh yeah, have you not tried?
How do you get that stuff,
dude? Okay, so Eric is out of San Diego, and yeah, we just reach out to him. He can either send it to you, or next time you come out here, we'll see if we can get him out with us on a ride. And man, when he comes out and rides with you in the group, when you're done riding and it's hot and you're thirsty, he'll have these Kapu coffees on ice, and he'll open them up, and everybody in the squad just can drink those things down, and they go down so smooth, and they're so good. They're so good. Kapu coffee, man. And then he recently created this one. We were at Ernie's Transcend Memorial at the bike park, and he had created this coffee that was like, it was iced coffee, but the ice itself was like frozen. Was it frozen? You're gonna kill me, E. I'm forgetting. Is it frozen like macchiato or something like that? Yeah. That would melt into the coffee, and that was amazing. So yeah, Kapu coffee, man. You gotta get down here for a ride. Yeah.
All right.
Luis is closest to him from all of us now.
He needs some coffee.
Yeah. Need some coffee tomorrow.
Well, I think as we start to wind down a little bit, Mark, anything you want to plug?
Man, no, Not Another podcast. I want to say it now. This is going to be a big podcast, and I'm really happy to be a part of it. Being one of the guests as being a part of it, and I can't wait to watch you guys grow with it. Also want to plug the Pinky Swear shirt. I just picked up my Pinky Swear shirt from Adam's website. Check it out. Adam's got a bunch of things on there that you can find. The Pinky Swear shirt. I love that shirt because it was a collaboration between Adam and my other buddy, Adam Mock, who got the idea from the shirt from the Pinky story. Yeah, it was the Adam on Adam. And the story actually came from the podcast, right? So it's cool how these stories in the podcast can create something like that. But it's a cool design. Definitely like that shirt. Also, just want to say thank you to the supporter. Big supporter for me this year was YT with coming through with that YT Jeff C. So thank you so much to the YT folks, to Jeff Taylor and the crew. That's a good looking bike. Man, I couldn't believe it. I took my son over when I got the word. So I got the word that I was going to be able to be a part of their influencer team, and I was going to get bike support. And I know everybody, including myself, were in line for a bike. So, I was thinking like, I won't see a bike until September. And then I got the call, I think it was in July. It'd been a couple months, right? So, and like your friend there, Luis, I kept hitting the refresh button, like, are they in yet? Are they in yet? And I got the call that the Jeffsy was ready. I had no idea what bike I was going to get from them. I knew it was a Jeffsy. That's what I had asked. If they had given me a choice, so I had asked for the Jeffsy. And when they rolled it out, I had no clue it was going to be the Core 4. And my son, he's 10. As soon as they rolled it out the door, he saw it right away. He's like, "That's a Core 4, Dad." And I was like, "Dude, be cool, man. Be cool.
Just act cool, man.
Just act cool. This happens to us all the time, right?" And we were just blown away. We're like, "Oh my gosh!" So yeah, big thank you to YT for taking a chance and getting me bike support so that I can continue to have fun and do this and put out content and be a part of something like that. That it was special because I'm definitely small on the radar, I feel like, but still have a large heart and want to grow more. But it was cool that they can get behind me on that. And Tasco as well. I know this is a hand up show, so so awesome to hand up, but also Tasco just saying thank you to Nate Miller for all the support there for you guys to support me. It's awesome. I love it, and I always love their gear anyway. So it was like perfect. It was perfect.
It's a win-win.
It was a win-win. Yeah, and I know this is a 790p channel, and I love 790p. Jeremy and the gang.
Wait, have you announced this?
I haven't announced it. I do have new support from a new company, but I can't announce it quite yet. I'm still waiting for another teammate to sign a contract over there. Yeah, but as soon as that teammate signs that contract, I'll be able to announce it on my end. But it's also good stuff. Doesn't mean that I don't like 790p. Still love 790p. All the codes there. If you are looking for some protection, the 790p code for the segment still works there if you need it. I know, Adam, you probably have a code over there too. Luis, you guys have a code. Just great material. It's the elbow pads there. You can always tell when stuff works great when they don't slide down off your body. And 790p's elbow pads, no matter what chunk, no matter what you do, they stay on.
Oh, yeah.
Such good stuff. And I still rock my 790p helmet to this day. I love that thing. That Project 23. Whew.
It's a slick looking helmet.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, Mark,
it's good.
How can everyone find you?
So if you guys want to continue to follow me, if you're not following me now, you can find me on Instagram as The Segment PR. You can find me there on IG. On YouTube, it's The Segment. And try to pop out videos once a week, at least a podcast once a week. You can find the podcasts on YouTube if you want to see them there, the video versions, or if you don't have time and you're kind of bouncing all over the place or driving or in your office, you can listen to the Segment podcast on iTunes as well as on Spotify or wherever you download your podcasts. So if you type in The Segment, you should be able to find me either which way.
Nice.
Awesome.
Well, I think that's a podcast.
Yeah. It was great having you, Mark.
Dude, thanks for having me, you guys. It's awesome to be a guest on the Not Another podcast.
Well, thank you guys for joining us today. We already have the next episode's guest lined up. Should we say who it is? We haven't picked a date yet.
Sure.
Who is it?
Gonna be the Crashing Dad.
Yo, that's awesome.
So he'll be joining us for next episode.
Nice. Well, I can't wait. When are you guys going to do that in a couple weeks?
Yeah, don't know the date yet, but we know the week that we want to do it on.
Yeah.
Nice. Shane the Crashing Dad.
Oh yeah. Go get some dad chores.
Yes.
Dad chores.
Yeah, get those black bibs, folks.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
All right, guys. This is the Not Another Mountain Bike Podcast. We'll see you next time.
All right.
You.